Good morning, everybody. It is Monday, March the 23rd, and we are starting off a new vlog. I couldn't say goodbye in the previous vlog. I usually like to say goodbye at the end of the vlog, but I was down to the wire again this week or last week with editing, so yeah, I didn't really have a break from the edit on Sunday, but that's okay. I got it done. It got uploaded on time. And so yeah, we're starting off a new week now, and I'm starting off my Monday by pressing buttons. My son is going to my mom-in-law's house today, like he's already there, and then so I have a full day of working, and I'm going to be working from home here. I might end up going to the studio depending on the availability of our car. We have one car. It's my partner's car, so I'm not sure. Maybe I'll drop by in the evening to just drop some stuff off, because I am preparing to sell a few things during the studio crawl. Just have stuff up on my table for sale if anybody is interested. Take advantage of that foot traffic. And I'm also, yeah, so just like I also want to get a few more things for the zine garden and the zine machine. I need to get screws because we're going to install that on Wednesday morning. And then for the zine garden, I had this idea of making like a little kite. So I would need some sort of like thin pliable wire that I think the dollar store has, and then I'll just make a little kite. And I also want to get more of those butterflies because I thought they really added to the wall. Now that I was thinking about it, now that the zines are on the shelves, it kind of takes away from the whole garden feel. So I want to just amplify the garden look a little bit more. And I think butterflies and maybe the flowers that I can put it around, but we shall see. But I'm starting off this morning by doing some button sets. So I'm going to continue. I haven't touched the button sets since last week, so I'm going to make more. I'm also going to be adjusting my shop, so just because I'm trying to get more income coming in, I want to make use of all my avenues. So the shop, I'm gonna reopen. My shop has been open. I've just been a lot of originals are just up there for sale, so I'm still with Store Envy. And because they had made a change in the last, I think, year or two, I have been grandfathered into this system where I can have stuff on my shop that has been there before this change, where it's like it's tiered now. So I have to pay a fee every month if I want to put more listings up on my shop. But since I had been with Store Envy for so long and I had like over 100 things on there, they let me do that. But once I get rid of all that stuff, I lose those listing places. So I only have now 20 spaces to list stuff for free. And so I'm gonna take advantage of that. I'm not gonna pay for, you know, the extra spaces. I'm just gonna try and make the 20 listings work. But all that to say, I am going to put more effort back into my shop just so I can have that opportunity to make money if anybody wants to buy from my shop. I'm gonna try and figure out the tariffs. A lot of the stuff that is on there right now is handmade by me, so original artwork. The sticker book is not, so I have to figure that out. But like the stickers and buttons, I will be putting the buttons up on the shop as well. And just the sets, I used to sell individual buttons, but I don't think it's like it makes sense for people to buy one button. It's like the shipping is gonna be crazy unless you buy more than one thing. So, and I don't really have the flexibility with the free Store Envy platform. And yeah, I'm just keeping it at Store Envy right now. I never really wandered into like Shopify or anything like that because I don't have the brain power for that. So I like to keep everything simple. Yeah, so anyway, I'm making buttons. Most of these are going to be on display for the studio crawl. And yeah, we'll see how they do. We'll see how they do. Now that they're slightly smaller, I'm not sure if people will be like, oh, $1 for that? That's too expensive. I don't know. I think they're worth it. Look, I have a little collection. Did I show you the other designs I made? I didn't. Okay, let's do some design showcase. Sorry, you are zoomed in. Okay, this is not gonna be in any particular order. So the first one that I picked up is this wizard one. Hopefully that's not too blurry. There's a wizard, a witch. I'm gonna try and get all the witches. Another witch. I don't know if I'm gonna make this into a set because I don't know if people want to buy more than one of these. Another wizard, but with a raven. Yeah. And then the witch with her cat. Cute. Let's see, is there any more wizards and witches? No, I think that's it. And then I have this mouse set. Let me try and hold it up. I don't remember if I showed this in the previous vlog. So it's supposed to be a set. So there's brown mouse with cheese. And then you got a white mouse. And another white mouse. So is that a set? I don't know. I don't know if people would want to buy 4 Mises. And then this one I actually had on my shirt last week in the vlog. I don't know if you noticed on my sweater. Well, one of these. This one is bald and tired. Now that I'm getting older, it's so funny that what designs I'm coming up with the parent life and all that. But this one's bald and tired. I love them. I did adjust the drawing for this because I found that the lines are a bit too thin for my liking. So the next ones are going to be thicker lines. So there's bald and tired. And then I have a bunch of animals that I drew. There's a duck. Always got to do the animals, you know. And then, of course, the raccoon. I'm going to do a possum at some point. There's a little lab. And then there's a kangaroo. I don't know why I just drew the kangaroo. And then that's it. And then there's this one, the individual guy, just like either dancing or stepping on the flowers. So originally this was gonna be part of the Misfits set where he's like, where it says don't step on the flowers. But because the size is so small, that's way too many words. So okay, let's zoom out. Yeah, so those are my button designs. I'm very, very happy with them, and I can't wait to see how they do. So this art crawl is a nice opportunity for me to kind of demo some of these new products. I just really like the size of the buttons. I'm really happy with them. I'm also running out of my Epson ink, so I have to purchase that soon if I want to make more buttons. I will be selling these buttons again on my shop and also at all the cons that I'm going to this year. So but I don't know, what do you guys think? Should I make sets of the wizards and witches and the mice? I feel like sometimes people don't like the whole set. Like even this, I feel like I'm taking a risk. So these are 6 buttons, and my buttons individually are going to be $1, but the sets I'm putting more effort in because I'm putting them together. So either they're going to be $7 or $8. So I think that's not too bad. So anyway, and with these buttons, you can even give them away to your other friends. You're like, oh, you're the one who has no pens or something. But yeah.
Technically, I'm hoping to have already done party watches of all time. The Incubus, released in 2010, is simultaneously very simple and very complex. There are the broad strokes, which align with most other supernatural teen romances you'll have seen before. There's a girl who's not like the other girls. She has a crummy life in a sleepy small...
Before she knew it, the small independent film she thought to help her get it.
Also, these two actually, Shane also wrote and performed a full soundtrack of pop songs for the film, which generally have a very Evanescence vibe.
Hello, it is now 1 o'clock, so we're going to take a break by going to the dollar store. My partner is now back, so I'm going to grab the car, head to the dollar store, grab a few things for the crawl, and also some food because he requested I buy some food at this place that's near the dollar store that he really likes. But yeah, I did a couple things. I was making button sets. This is my progress, by the way, in terms of the sets anyway. So that should be enough for the crawl. But I also did update my online shop, my Store Envy, so you can check that out if you would like to. I have put the new button sets there, and I also, like, there's not a lot of new stuff, but there's still some stickers, like the long dog stickers. I also need to add the clown stickers in there, so that's what I'm gonna do when I get back home. Yeah, but I just did a really quick cleanup. So if you'd like to check out what I have available, it's there, and if I get any funds, in the next couple of months, I will put more products in there. For the most part, I will just be doing small postcards, small button sets, buttons. I'm not going to be doing anything big and like increasing my stock. But now that like all the stuff I have from the artisan market is back, I would like to get rid of that. And so yeah, and then eventually once the comic is done, that will also be up for sale. There's sticker books up there for now because like you can buy the sticker book on my shop because I have a bunch of those. But I did say that I was going to pare down all the merchandise that I'm like merchandise and stuff, and I'm still doing that. I'm getting rid of my stock, but I think I might just add for my tables coming up. I will add 1 or 2 stickers or sticker sheets, and then a few new postcards because I do want to make this one into a postcard or a print. This also needs to go up on the shop, the original, but I haven't had the chance to put it up yet. And also there's no space right now on the shop because I only have 20 listings available. But yeah, I know I feel like I'm saying the opposing things, like I'm contradicting myself. Like I'm like, I want to slow down on the markets, I want to slow down on making merchandise, but the nature of it is because I'm doing freelance, and right now I don't really have the income coming in from like what I want to do, which is like a little bit more less online. I need to lean on the online stuff that I have. So maybe it's a stepping stone. I really don't want to like get stuck in the whole cycle of Patreon and online shops again. So, but I'm trying my best. We are trying. So anyway, check that out if you're interested. You don't have to buy anything from there, so it's all good. I just wanted you to know it's available if you have any extra funds. Again, you don't have to buy it from me. Your patronage and just like you watching my videos is support enough. Not knowing that like someone is watching these videos is really great. So yeah, anyway, let's go. I can't really tell, but it was a blizzard out there.
That could be an aspect interested in your work from say older audiences, like in person, and when they come granted, there's a lot of competition in this space, right? So I think they have really good composing skills, they have really good technical skills, aside from a couple little awkward things here and there that I'm sure you can work out. I think this storytelling element of it elevates it, right? I think having a bigger series of
Good morning. It is Tuesday, March 24th, about 10:41 in the morning. I'm just waiting for Mr. Guy to be delivered by Grandma, and then I'm going to be spending the rest of the day with him. I'll probably get a few things done when he's napping. Hopefully he naps. Yeah, wearing the same sweater, having some morning coffee. I honestly didn't do too much on yesterday when he was gone. I spent the morning, you saw, doing I went to the dollar store, I worked on some buttons, I did a little bit of painting, and then in the evening I was like I really didn't get anything done. I decided to check out this website that Bianca, my friend, had recommended. It's called NecoWeb, and it's basically just a place where you can make your own website from scratch. You can use whatever language you know just to build it up. And when I was in elementary and high school, I made my own websites. I used HTML, like your basic HTML and CSS. So I built up a website. If you guys are interested, you can check it out. It's just like the best thing ever. I loved doing that as a kid. and I have my own Squarespace website now, which is great. It's good for, you know, clients and stuff, but I just love building up websites like that when I was younger, and I still love doing it because because like it's just so fun. It's like and it's also like an instant thing. So you change the code and the page reloads with the application of your code. And so I love that. That's the way I work. I'm always like a trial and error, whatever works. And then it's just, anyway, check it out. It's NecoWeb. You can, it's all free for now. You can donate to, you know, the webmasters, whoever created that. And yeah, just check out my website. It's really just under construction. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. It's just going to be for fun. I want to put like a little like music player on the side. I love the little square layout. But yeah, it's I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. It's just for fun again. And if you are interested, maybe like it's just a fun thing to do if you have time, you know, build up your website. They have a lot of resources and tutorials. I'm just using the knowledge that I had since I was a kid and in high school. So yeah, that's what I did for the rest of the evening. And then after that, my boyfriend and I hung out until bed. We watched the movie Send Help directed by Sam Raimi, and it was okay. It was very Raimi, and I don't know what else to say about it. I can't say that I liked it necessarily. I laughed at a couple points, but yeah, the characters are just like unlikable. So, and then the parts where they were trying to be like when there were parts where there were more emotional parts, you were just kind of waiting for them to like get hurt because they're not redeemable. They're not nice characters. But yeah, it was great to watch though. Like I don't regret watching it, but it's okay. I would probably rate it maybe like a 7 out of 10, just because the effects were okay except for one part. And it's just the film itself was like high quality and all that. Anyway, I'm gonna go downstairs before Mr. Guy comes, and I will check back with you guys later. I did draw some new button designs because I want to fit this button case that I got. New button case. It doesn't fit a lot of buttons, but I like it because it's way smaller than the button container I had. I gave the button containers to my niece as well, if ever she wants to sell at her tables or something like that in the future. But yeah, I want to fill up these spots. So you know what, I'll just show you right now, since I can. So I made, it's not the brightest, so I drew, this is fine. It's the same kind of woman from the other button, but this is fine. And then I made like a dude version somewhere. Here he is. Sorry, it's so blurry. So yeah, this is fine. And then I did this one, and I was like, you know what? I want to do a pigeon. You know how the pigeons, when they make a nest, they don't really make a nest? So that's the idea for that. I added more animals. So there's a cat, there's a bunny riding on a carrot, and then I think then I drew a penguin with a fish. I'm not sure if that's gonna go, but that's like 1, 2, 3, 4. So it'll fit 4 slots, and then I would need 2 more. So I don't know what the other 2 are gonna be, but yeah, those were the drawings. And then there were other drawings in here. I still need to press some buttons. But I don't think I think more of these were just like the first drawings. You know how I draw a bunch of them until I like what I made. But anyway, I will be heading downstairs now. I also received an order on my shop yesterday from Miriam. So thank you, Miriam. I'm going to be packaging your order. It is, they purchased the sticker book. So yeah, thank you so much. First shop order of the year since, I think, late last year. I think, yeah, last year I had about 3 orders come through throughout the whole year. And so this is my first one since then. So yeah, thank you so much, Miriam. I will be packing that and sending that off this week. printing so slow. It might just be the Wi-Fi connection. This is actually connected to the Wi-Fi, and this one is connected by cable, so it's usually faster than this. Okay, finally. Holy. Okay, here they are. This one got a little bit off center because I didn't cut it true to the circle. So yeah, there's True Goth. Hold on. Yeah, True Goth. This one says no AI. I used the Kick Rocks, but I changed it to no AI. And then the duo of This Is Fine. The kitty, the bunny, and mother. It's a little bit later and I am still pressing some buttons, but I remembered I wanted to make a special button set for a friend, the person who, the photographer who was coming in to do pictures for Bix. I wanted to make him like a custom button set because I wasn't able to pay him for coming in to take photos, so I thought I would make like a little button set for him. So this is his company. It's called Colorblind Photography, so it's a little glary, but I made 4 buttons, but there's a 5th one in the back. I had to change the packaging because I ran out of these kinds of cello bags used for the Parent Life and for Misfit, so I had to fold it in a way so it doesn't really exactly fit, but I think it works. So yeah, I feel like dusty in there, I think, or it's just because the black just accentuates any dust from the felt. But yeah, just like someone taking photos, and then 2 versions of their logo, of his logo, in black and white, and another one here that says say cheese, and then in the back I made one that just says gotta edit, with the same pose as the one with This Is Fine, kind of like a play on, like, you know, you take so many photos, you gotta edit them now. So I put that in the back, but yeah, that's for him, just as a really, really simple thank you for taking photos for Bix. I really appreciate that. Sorry, it's dark in here. But yeah, I kept telling him, you know, you don't have to come take photos, but yeah, just really, really appreciate it. So hopefully he likes it, just as like a quick little thank you gift. But yeah, and Amit, if you're watching this, thank you. Good morning. We are in the studio today. It's about 9:30. My clock is a little slow. It's 5 to 9 on my clock, but it's about 9:30 right now, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, we made it in here. I am making some coffee and I brought a lot of luggage, so we're gonna get started. I don't know what to do yet. I think I'm gonna sit down and email a few people, because I'm installing the machine today, and I'm gonna do some changes on or add some stuff to the garden. I'm gonna charge you because you're dying, but first, coffee. Okay, so it looks like the zine garden held up, nothing fell, it looks intact. The zines look like they have been moved, so a couple people have been reading them, maybe 1 or 2. So yeah, that's really good. Just having a black coffee. It's hot. I took an Uber this morning because my partner is going to be using the car. He's going to come to the party with our son tonight at 5, and so we didn't want to like drive the car back and forth, and so I said I would just take an Uber. It was like $13, so it's not so bad. My regular transit fee would have been about, like, I don't know, $10, so it's fine. It's all good. I got here really quickly. I have a bunch of suitcases because I am gonna set up like a table to sell things today, take advantage of, you know, people coming in here. It's a good way to showcase my work. I brought some original artwork. I brought a bunch of things. So I have this extra table because I thought I would set up I'm not sure where to set up the venting stuff yet. I know I need this table right now. My bag fell over. I know I need this table right now to fold more sleeves and cut more zines, although I could use the boardroom if I needed to. And then yeah, I might, so the round table over here, that's where I might put some stuff to sell for Bix and for me. And yeah, so I came here early and I'll be here until about 8 o'clock. I'm going to take advantage of being in the studio to do some work. I have another application I want to submit to, and I did hear back from one of the applications. I submitted the artist in residence. It was a big application. I spent a lot of time on it and I ended up not getting it. It was the one where there was just one slot or one person to get the residency, so it was quite competitive. I already knew going into it that I would probably not get it. I applied as Bix, so Bix did not get it, but it's okay. It's okay. Alright, I'm gonna charge this, do a little bit of work, so I'll see you guys after maybe an hour or so with an update. We shall see. It's so cute. They were throwing it away. Someone was throwing it away, and they're like, "Does your son want this?" It's like a little elephant head. So I'm gonna put it up in my studio for now. Probably up there on the wall. Let's see. Cute. Could be higher, but I'm too short. Quick update, it's now noon and I've just been adding things to my studio. I set up my table here. I have to put prices on things, but I'll do that towards the party. This is not done yet. I am gonna give away some of these postcards, and then this is mostly big stuff, but I will also be setting up big stuff on this table once I'm done working on it. And I also updated the garden, so let me show you that. There's people in the studio, so I'm a little bit quiet, just so you know. I added more butterflies, and then the kite looks okay. The instructions, and I added some plant washi, some more butterflies, some seeds to plant, that's the pen, and just more butterflies because these are really great. So one more right there. So yeah, that's it. I don't know if I want to keep this tinsel. I might just get rid of it. It looks kind of, it's a little bit too much.
More busy, yeah. There was a party leaving when I came in, and a party setting up when I left.
Hello everybody. So the rest of this vlog is going to be me painting this comic that I have already posted the final on Instagram, so you can totally skip this part if you know real-time painting is not for you. But I am going to be chatting about the vlog and what happened in it. I didn't really talk about what happened at the studio crawl, so I wanted to kind of round that off using this voiceover for this comic that I am painting in front of you. So yeah, so why don't we just quickly let's just talk about the studio crawl. I filmed, as you saw, quite a bit in the beginning of the day, and then for the rest of the day up until the party and the end of the party, I just did not pull out my camera. I am not comfortable having my camera out in front of people and vlogging stuff unless I specifically let people know that I'm doing it, or it's with my friends who know me and have seen me pull out my camera before. I know how I film. So yeah, I just didn't pull out the camera. I didn't even pull out the camera to film the installation of the zine machine, but I will put that up for you on the screen. It's also on my Instagram if you want to see that. The person or the artist who helped me paint the machine helped me put it up with the drill and screws and anchors and all that, so it went fairly smoothly. I'm pretty happy with it. I would like to visit it again. I haven't been in the studio since. It is Sunday as I am doing this voiceover and trying to finish this vlog right now. So yeah, yeah, we installed the machine, and then the party went on. My partner and my son came, and yeah, just honestly the rest of the day was just really hectic. A lot of things were going on with the party. I was handling Bix, I was handling my studio. Yeah, and a lot of people were coming in and out of the studios themselves, so it was kind of tough to, you know, balance trying to vlog something and making sure people don't get really scared by the camera, and I'm also, you know, trying to enjoy my night. But in all honesty, that day was quite stressful. I was quite out of it all day that day. I just didn't really feel that great, so but I tried to push on. So I did. I set up what I wanted to set up. I finished, you know, I was able to get the zine installed, the zine machine installed. I finished up the little zine garden. I put up all the stuff to sell at my table in my studio. I didn't sell anything. I sold one Bix zine and really nothing else. I don't think I was expecting at least 1 or 2 people to come into the studio and buy something from me, but I sold nothing, and that's fine. I kind of expected that. I did put in the effort to bring all that stuff there, so yeah, I just kind of like, whatever, what can you do? This is their first time doing this studio crawl thing, so I shouldn't really be expecting too much from it. A lot of the people who came were really focused, or were really just stuck in one of the areas. The way the studios are laid out is a little bit confusing, and if I was a new person coming in there, I wouldn't know where to go, and I would be kind of shy and hesitant to enter studios. So I understand that people didn't really walk around too much. People did come into my studio and like look around and look at things, but the foot traffic wasn't that great. Again, I don't know why I was expecting something. I guess it's just because like the last month or two has been really tough on me, and I've just been kind of like, yeah, just a little bit, you know, I don't know what's going on. I'm kind of sad about things, and yeah, it was just a hectic day. It was fun, but it was just too much. It was like overwhelming because I had planned a bunch of things on top of my studio, so I felt like I was actually in and out of the studio. I didn't really sit all night. I was kind of watching what I planned for Bix. I was just making sure everything was going smoothly. So yeah, I don't know if the art crawl happens again. I don't think I'm gonna set up another vendor table. I probably won't. Yeah, I don't know. It was a new thing, right? So whenever something new happens, you don't really know what's gonna happen. I don't know if that made any sense, but yeah, it was just hectic overall, and I didn't really enjoy it, but it's okay. There were some parts where it was fun, but next time I would totally kind of focus on just my studio. And yeah, so that's how it went. after editing the video and seeing how I set everything up, I'm pretty happy with everything. I was happy with how the table looked. I was happy with how the studio looked. The garden I was happy with. I got quite a bit of compliments on my studio from other studio mates saying that my studio looked really nice. It looked busy. I made it look busy. So yeah, I just I don't really know what else to say other than that. It was fun to do. It was overwhelming. I expected, I think, too much. My expectations were a little bit too high. I just feel like the last few months have been so just disappointing. I've just been rejected so many times that there has been just a lot of, you know, L's, I feel like. So it's just been kind of hard. But yeah, and I'm also taking it quote-unquote easy for this vlog. I decided I would just do this whole comic and show you some of the clips that I took from beginning to end. It might look quite boring. The way I lay paints out is very slow. It looks like a slow process where I just lay colors until they kind of build up. So it's a little boring, but I didn't really know what else to vlog over the weekend. Wednesday was the party. Thursday I took it easy. I didn't really do much. Friday I went to work, and then Saturday I did this. I painted. I didn't really feel like being in front of the camera all weekend, so, and I try not to be. I try to have my weekends be more kind of chill. So in the last couple weekends I have been editing up until Sunday. I didn't have a day off, so hopefully next week I can kind of catch up with my vlogs and have them done and edited by like Saturday, so I can have Sunday to rest. So yeah, just been really tough. I've been trying to focus and be positive and just focus on what I need to do for the next couple months for my work, for like my art business, I guess. I'm still busy applying to things. Yesterday I completed some sketches for another thing. I haven't really heard back from anything that I had applied for other than that artist in residence application that I told you guys about earlier in the vlog. So yeah, it's hard. I have been trying to keep a laser focus on my goals and not be too bogged down by feeling sad about things. I don't know. I have also been quite emotional the last couple weeks, so I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I'm just trying to keep positive and see the silver lining of things, which most of it is my son and my partner. They've been really like the joy of my life the last couple months. But anyway, and I'm also, yeah, like I said, I'm focusing on my comic. I really want to get it done. Oh, you know what's funny too? I was looking into booking some hotels and Airbnbs for my Montreal Comic Con, which is the Montreal Comic Arts Festival in May. And when I was booking some Airbnbs with a friend online, I realized that the dates for MCAF have shifted. So it was originally between May 22nd and May 24th, but they moved it to May 15th to the 17th. And I felt really bad because my friends were like, I told my friends what the dates were, and then we were about to book an Airbnb together, and then when I double checked, it was shifted. And I read quickly, I haven't really read into it yet, but they moved the dates, and then we realized why it was so expensive on the weekends we were trying to book. Like everything was expensive, the hotels, Airbnbs, and I was like looking at hotels that were like an hour away from the venue just to save on money. But apparently it's the Formula One happening over there between the original Montreal Comic Arts Festival date, and that's why everything was exorbitantly expensive. So yeah, that's why. And I think I'm not totally sure, but I think that's why they also moved the festival dates, because it would just be insane over there. Just the cost of like trying to book things, especially for artists, and maybe people will not be going to the con because they're busy doing some Formula One stuff. I don't know, it's weird. So yeah, that's why. And so we finally booked something for May 15th to the 17th, and it's way cheaper now. So we were able to get a discounted Airbnb. So my accommodations for Montreal are set, they're fine. And I think the way my friends and I are gonna go about it so far, I think one person is confirmed to come, so it might just be me and her, or is it her and I? She's gonna drive, and yeah, so I'm not gonna take the train this time. I usually always take, whenever I've been to Montreal, I took the train, but she was willing to drive to save on travel costs. I mean, the gas is gonna be expensive, but it's a little bit more, it might be a bit more economical in terms of splitting stuff. So yeah, that's the plan so far for Montreal, and the whole hullabaloo about the change in dates, which was really stressful at the time, but it worked out in the end because yeah, we finally got cheaper, you know, stays. So yeah, I don't really know what else to say. I feel like I just really need to maintain, you know, my eye on the prize and focus. It's but definitely if this continues until, you know, middle of the year, I might have to change my plans in terms of what I'm doing with my freelance career, because I feel like this is it's been really hard just to get back into, you know, doing art full time after having my baby, and it's worth it having the free, like, more flexible time to spend with my son and, you know, watch him grow up and help him and like raise him, because I am home and and working freelance has given me the ability to. It's just the whole mind shift for me where I've been so used to working at a job, and the stability has been really, you know, a savior for my stress levels. And I'm just basically experiencing what a freelancer is experiencing. You know, there's lows, lots of lows, lots of highs, you don't know. So yeah, just so my talk to my partner about it, my partner was like, you know, don't do anything rash, because I was thinking about, you know, like, you know what, I'm just gonna stop doing this, I'm gonna stop renting the studio and just go find stable work again, because I just can't deal with the stress. And he was just like, you know what, it's only March and you don't know what's on the horizon for you. I do have some savings still, and so I just don't want to like burn everything down and just like impulsively quit stuff. So, and I tend to be impulsive at times, especially if I'm feeling really stressed out. And he's like, just keep on going, you know, just see where it goes for the next little while. And he's like, I'll help you, you know, we're in this together, I'll help you as much as I can. And so yeah, I'm just trying to keep focused, and I hope I'm not coming across as a bit like too depressive, because I can definitely be depressive. I'm just trying to work it out. I'm just gonna keep going with my comics, and yeah. Okay, let's shift topics. Yeah, so this comic page, or this whole comic is going to be part of the comic anthology that I will be trying to put together for my conventions this year. You saw the cover that I did for it in the last vlog. It's gonna be titled I Don't Know What's Going On, and that's basically the theme of all the comics. A lot of the comics that I have written here, have written and drew, I did during like times when I was able to draw comics, usually during my son's breaks or my son's naps or late at night when I can't sleep. So they were done with a lot of them were done in the midst of like sleep deprivation and exhaustion, and it was just like, I think I explained this before, it was just my way of trying to get back into writing and drawing comics. And so a lot of them don't really have, you know, a quote-unquote story. They're just drawn for fun, straight out of my head. And yeah, this is one of them. Although the punchline for this comic went through a lot of changes when I finally settled into this one. I'm really hoping to get this done, especially now that the date for MCAF has been moved to an earlier in the month. I really need to buckle down. I think this is the last comic that needs to be painted, and then I can start, you know, scanning them and figuring out how I want to letter them. I've never really been strong with lettering my comics, and when I do letter something that I end up liking, it's usually done in a way where I incorporate my own handwriting. So I might try and do that with this. We shall see. I'm really like, I like it when it's handwritten and it's my handwriting and if it works out, but I'm quite picky with how my handwriting looks in terms of, you know, putting it in onto a printed comic. Sometimes I really hate it, sometimes it really works, so I'm gonna have to do a little bit of experimenting to see what works out. And so yeah, now I have the cover, I have the comics as a base. I probably still want to fluff up the page count with some illustrations, maybe in between comics, to make the whole book flow a little bit more. Like I said, it's not going to be a long book. It's going to be about 24 or so, maybe 28 pages from front cover to back cover. So yeah, it's not going to be very big, and I think the size is going to end up being like I think it's A5, maybe not. It's a standard size that Mixam and a lot of printers offer. It's not going to be square like I usually like to do, so I think it's close to like a 5x7, but a little bit bigger. So yeah, just trying to make progress on this, and so that's basically the comic. And like I said earlier in the voiceover, it might be boring watching me paint, but this is how I've been painting my comics, or just like my watercolors. A lot of building up layers for color, and it's quite surprising. The mixed media paper that I love and use can really handle a lot of layers of color and water. You do see it, you know, wrinkling quite a bit, but I can really fix that with just wetting the back and letting it dry under, like, you know, a heavy book or something like that. So I'm very impressed with this paper. I also really like it because it's light, and the biggest downfall for it, I guess, or the biggest con, would be how much it wrinkles. It doesn't pulp or, you know, pill when I'm using a lot of water or layers, so I'm quite impressed with it, and I really love this paper. I have so much, I bought so much I bought so much pads for this because I don't want it to run out. I have a big size and I have the small 5x7 size, but yeah, it's Desairs branded, but it's Fabriano paper, and I've always liked Fabriano paper. I tried Arches once, but it never really worked out for me, mostly because I hated the way it felt on my hands. Like, it was just so rough, and I just didn't like that, and I just never went forward working with Arches just because of how much I hate the feel of it. So So what is next for me? Well, when I'm looking at the next week, immediately I will be trying to finish up the remainder of the comic painting. I want to get started on scanning the pages in to play around with adding the dialogue. Either I handwrite everything or I pick a font that I like. I want to clean up my pages, you know, clean up the dust from the scan, straighten everything out, lay them on the page. So it won't be done in the next week, but that's definitely on my agenda. The other major thing on my agenda is to catch up on my newsletter. So I need to do my Patreon newsletter for February and at this point March, because right now is the 29th, so I want to get that done. I will also be painting my original artwork for my two OG art pals, M95 and Onyx, so I need to fulfill their rewards. So yeah, it's already a lot for the week, like that's a lot to do. But yeah, so look forward to that, I guess. If you are going to be, I'm going to be doing a bunch more drawing. I'll go into the editing of the comic. I'll show you how I haven't scanned the cover of the comic yet, and I'm really excited to see if it works out. I need to figure out how to put my name on the front cover, because right now it's written or painted onto the head of the character in the comic cover itself. So yeah, so those are what's planned for next week. I'm definitely going to try and pop into the studio, and for those days, since a lot of the stuff I planned is so computer heavy, the stuff that I'm going to be doing in the studio will be just more painting probably for my comics. I also want to get some original sign painted signs done for my tables this year, so I will be doing a bunch of those, one or two of them for Montreal, for TCAF, and for my other ones. So that's also something I would like to get done. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do that in the studio this week, but it's something to do. And yeah, I'm going to try and focus on, you know, working on things that need to be done and not too much on just not too much on like the sad side of things, or the things that make me anxious and a little bit so I don't know. Thank you guys for listening to me. If you have been here since, you know, the beginning of this voiceover. But yeah, any advice for me, I guess? I mean, the funny thing about advice, I feel like now that I'm turning 36 this year, in a couple of weeks actually, because my birthday is in April. I always find that people never really listen to your advice, really. A lot of people will end up doing what they really want to do, but advice from somebody is always welcome, because it just I feel like, anyway, in my opinion, it's just it signals that they're listening to you and that they care. Okay, I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. Oh yeah, I asked for advice, and I guess what I'm saying is I'm not gonna listen to people's advice, which is funny, but no, it's valuable. I'm saying it's valuable because it's you know, people care about you and they want to help you by giving you advice. But a lot of the times, like I said, like, people will end up doing their own thing. They may incorporate what advice you give them. I definitely incorporate advice that my partner gives to me, because I know he's way less impulsive than me. And so anyway, I feel like I'm just talking about random stuff and stuff that doesn't have to do with, you know, my comics anymore. But I don't know. I don't know what else to say. I'll probably leave the rest of this video to music, unless I think about another thing I want to talk about. I don't know. It's just yeah. I guess I could talk about stuff I've been watching. I haven't actually been watching anything. My boyfriend and I have been watching a lot of Jerma playthroughs. Jerma is a streamer. If you don't know that, he is a game streamer. We've been watching him for like a decade now, and we're just getting back into watching his stuff We watch a lot of his like stream highlights or stream archives. The last big thing I watched from him was Resident Evil Requiem, and just a lot of random games that he plays sometimes. Yeah, I haven't really had time to watch stuff either, like movie-wise, just because I've been so focused on trying to get some work done. Although I think I lied, because the last movie I watched was fairly recently, but this was with my brother when I was hanging out with him. So it wasn't like I used to, when I had more time, I would spend a day or a couple hours in my day to watch movies by myself, like horror movies, because my partner isn't really into them. Gone are those days. I haven't had a day where I could just like watch a horror movie and then have more time to do other things. But anyway, I watched Don't Blow It. Well, no, that's the tagline for the movie. I think it's called Whistle. It's a very like gimmicky, or what would you call it? It's just like a horror movie. It was okay. It was kind of just like a fun, would you call it a B movie, horror movie? It was really funny because in the opening scenes of that movie, I clocked where it was filmed right away. It was basically filmed in the city where I went to university. So when I saw those shots, I was like, that is definitely Hamilton, and I was correct. I looked it up after. The movie had great effects though, but other than that, it wasn't that great. It's a fun movie to watch with friends because it's not that scary and it's kind of funny. So that's what I watched with my brother. My brother, my youngest one, enjoys watching horror movies with me, and he's usually the one I watch horror movies with. My other one is starting to get into horror movies, but he likes them less, I would say. He likes more psychological stuff better. My other one, my youngest brother, does not mind watching the gory stuff with me. So anyway, we also need to hang out a little bit more. So yeah, I've just been surviving. It's been also hard, like thinking ahead the next couple years of my life, especially now that I'm turning 36. I've been thinking about, you know, what's in store for the next couple of years. Definitely a lot of unknowns, because we are planning to have another kid, and so it's just like, you know, now that I'm trying to get back into my freelance career and trying to get it going, the fact that I know at some point it's just gonna like go back to square one is also kind of crazy. It's scary, but it's scary and kind of, I don't know how to feel about it, because I know it's gonna happen, but I'm ready for it. Like, it's not something that I'm like, I don't want to do. I want to do it, and I know my career and this whole art thing is gonna implode again whenever we decide to have another child. And so it's just, I'm kind of in this limbo stage where I'm just like, I don't know. That's why my comic is called I Don't Know What's Going On, because I don't know what's going on. It's kind of crazy. So anyway, that's like a whole nother topic, but yeah, I don't know who watches these videos anymore. I've been trying to post my vlogs quite regularly, and I know I have a couple people saying that they look forward to my vlogs and how they've been watching me for years. And I guess it's okay if I talk about stuff like this because we are sort of growing together. So I'm just being kind of vulnerable, open and honest, and I'm really sorry if I say things that just don't make any sense. I'm kind of working out what's been going on in my life through these vlogs sometimes. It's almost like my own therapy. I don't go to therapy, by the way, so maybe this is it. Call it unhealthy, but it works for me, and it's, I don't know, I just love making these vlogs. And so because I spend so much time doing vlogs and talking to the camera, it just kind of comes out. And but yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. So anyway, I will leave you guys here. I'm gonna stop talking before I end up saying something that I don't want to say. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you have stayed up until the end here, thank you so much for watching my video, my vlog. I really appreciate your support. Hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully next vlog is a little bit more bright, a little bit more peppy and happy. I tried to be not so much of a downer in this one, but yeah. Anyway, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will see you in the next video. I hope you have a good rest of your week, and yeah, thank you so much. All right, okay, bye. Have a good day, have a good night, and I will see you next time.